and challenge. About 5,430 farmers are to benefit from the 15 billion naira gesture. President Bola Tinubu was on hand to launch the program at the August 27th Stadium in the state capital, Damaturu. To the #1 citizen, the program could not have come at a better time. For food security in the foreseeable future, there's no stopping Yobe State. Let's share this story with you. Come with me, let's go there.
Vice President Kashim Shettima arrived in Damaturu, Yobe State capital, to represent President Bola Tinubu for the launch of the State Agricultural Empowerment Program. Accompanied by top government officials like Governor Babagalam Zulum of Borno State, Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, a former Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan, and others, the Vice President was received by the host Governor Mai Mala Buni. As a state reputed for its agricultural prowess, the state government procured various farming input and equipment to boost agriculture and empower farmers in the state. In his remarks, Governor Buni said the aim of the program is to ensure massive food production in the state.
This state visit is no doubt a significant milestone as we launch the Agricultural Empowerment Program with a distribution of 100 Zoom-Leon tractors, 10 IMC double-cabin four-wheel drive vehicles for supervision of the Extension Service workers, 200 motorcycles to Extension Service workers to boost agricultural Extension services, 300 sets of ox-drawn floors, 5,349 small ruminant goats, 1,349 hand-pushed planters, 889 hand-pushed plow machines, 590 hand-pushed tiller machines, 4,202 solar-powered irrigation water pumps, improved assorted seeds, and 72,000 bags of fertilizer, among others. The distribution arrangement is made up of 30 farmers in each of the 178 electoral wards of the states, making a total of 5,340 farmers to benefit from this scheme. Except for the tractors and fertilizer, all the other agricultural equipment and inputs are to be given out free to our large-scale and medium and subsistence farmers. These efforts, we believe, will augment large-scale agro-value chain development in the state. Government has instituted some measures to check abuse and sale of the machines by the beneficiaries to avoid sabotaging the lofty goals of the intended agricultural revolution in the state.
Vice President Shettima described the event as part of efforts to enhance food security and rural development across Nigeria.
Food is the heart of security in every society. It is the foundation upon which we build our health, our well-being, and our economic stability. In a nation as diverse and vibrant as ours, the provision of sufficient, nutritious food is not merely a goal. It is a fundamental priority that we must pursue with dedication and vigor across all tiers of government. I'm honored to join you today for this shared objective. The Yobe State Agricultural Empowerment Program couldn't have come at a better time. There is no way we are going to achieve our grand goals as a government, whether at the state or national level, until we support and empower our farmers. We must ensure that they have the tools, resources, and knowledge to optimize their production capacity.
He noted that agriculture remains the best way to go for Nigeria to avert food insecurity.
We have recently approved the creation of the Ministry of Livestock Development. This is intended to improve livestock production in the country and enhance the destiny and narratives of our livestock production. This is in tune with global best practices for healthy meat and dairy consumption and export to improve the economy. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the provision of massive agricultural machines and implements by the Yobe State government has no doubt prepared the ground for an agricultural revolution in Yobe State. I am optimistic that at the end of the cropping season, the people of the state will have sufficient food, both for their households and for export within the country and beyond.
The Vice President launched the program on behalf of President Tinubu and inspected the inputs and equipment at the August 27 Stadium in the Maturu. This massive investment in agriculture by the Buni administration is the biggest in the history of the state, which will boost agriculture in the northeast states.
Okay, Biko, you know, like a revolution, I see something happening in the area of food security. But then let me quickly welcome our colleague, Majid Jamil. Majid, I greet you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And good evening, Nigerians.
Yeah, Biko.
Yes, you know, Mai Mala Buni is one of the most underrated governors in Nigeria.
Okay.
Until you go to some states in our country, you won't know how good
Something
some
is
governors
happening.
are.
Yeah.
A lot of us sit in Lagos waxing lyrical about Nigeria. And we demonstrate a lack of sufficient knowledge about our country because we don't travel enough. We believe that some places are too distant to go to. I can tell you that until I went to Yobe State late last year,
Okay.
I never knew that the biggest mother and child care center in Nigeria was in Yobe.
Okay.
I never knew that in Yobe, care for people suffering from renal failure is free. And it's one of the most expensive treatments you can get anywhere else in our country.
Yeah.
It's free in Yobe. I have interviews of people thanking the governor because they've not been paying a dime.
Wow.
They've not paid a dime for treatment. And some of them have been there receiving dialysis for so long. Now, it appears to me like someone who, when he wants to do his thing, he does it with conviction. He does it sufficiently.
Yeah.
When they were sharing palliatives, clearly the governor of Yobe State was in the lead.
Really?
They were taking, you see palliatives being put in trailers, driven to communities. It's not like staying in one place and just share. No. There was a Boko Haram ravaged community. They took palliatives there. We showed the videos here. It's not, you are not going to struggle. They lined up bags of rice for people to be picking. You know the way Zulum does his thing. That's what he did too. Now look at what he has chosen to do now in the area of agriculture.
Yes.
Because if you watch the event live on Saturday, you will be amazed at the extent to which this governor has gone. So clearly, in my view, he just decided to take his time and then come up with a program that is so all-inclusive.
So he's
100 Zoom Lion tractors.
Wow.
100 10 MC double cabin 4-wheel drive vehicles for supervision by extension service workers. So those who will be teaching farmers tricks, new tricks about agriculture, they also have what they will drive around with. 200 motorcycles for extension service workers.
I saw them in the picture, yeah.
300 sets of ox drain plows. 5,349 goats. 1,349 hand-push planters. 889 hand-push plow machines. 500 hand-push tiller machines. 4,202 solar-powered irrigation water pumps. Because we want farming to be an all-year-round affair. All-round year affair. You cannot do that without irrigation. So you can see what they've done. 72,000 bags of fertilizers and assorted seedlings. So 30 farmers in each of the 178 electoral wards will benefit from this scheme in the first instance. 5,340 farmers will benefit from the scheme, the grand scheme of things. And the tractors are to be kept at the State Agricultural Development Program centers in Damaturu, Buneyadi, Gaidam, Geshua, Unguru, and Potiskum, so that what happened in Kogi will not happen in Yobe.
Okay.
Tractors that were bought with government funds
and ferried away
were taken to, in some cases, as far as Enugu State.
Wow.
They brought them back from Enugu.
Wow.
Some Kaduna, disused. The new governor had to now begin to refurbish them so that they can use them. Now, the irrigation center, the irrigation scheme in Lava, 2,000 hectares. The governor is set to revive it. The same government has also established 4 sesame seeds processing factories in Damaturu, Unguru, Mashina, and Potiskum. Mashina is the community where they don't kill snakes. Yes, that's not the way it is. And then, of course, the Damaturu International Cargo Airport will now be effectively used to transport livestock meat. By the way, Yobe is Nigeria's #1 state when it comes to livestock.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Now
number one in Nigeria. So the cargo airport will help in transporting livestock meat, dairy products, gum arabic, sesame seeds, cowpea, groundnuts within and outside our country. So what we can see clearly is a state governor collaborating with the federal government to develop agriculture, come up with policies that will help us achieve our goal of diversification from petrol that has now become like a curse to us, you know. So they are trying now to work with the federal government to also set up the livestock development centers that will help check the violence that we usually experience between farmers and herders. So this governor has really done well, and with the assistance of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, yes, in the state, they will be able to take agriculture to the next level.
This is
Yobe State,
more or less thinking out of the box.
Yes, and that's why I said that, look, he's one of the most underrated governors, because you see him, even when he was a APC caretaker chairman, people were saying, no, he was not doing anything. But a lot of projects were done. When it comes to primary health care, the way Governor Mai Mala Buni has expanded access is amazing. I've been to all parts of our country. There's no state that I've not been to at least 2 or 3 times. I can tell you that what he's doing in the area of primary health care is only rivaled by Borno State.
Yeah.
Which
pictures don't tell lies.
Yes, all of these things, there's no way to not benefit the farmers. They can till their fields. They can do a lot with the support that government is giving. Now they can stand on their own.
Yes.
This is better than simply giving people money. handing out, give them the tools that they need.
You know the old Chinese saying, don't give a man a fish, teach him how to fish.
Yes, with the equipment that these guys will take, the fertilizer that you're going to provide, with the high yield variety of seedlings that you are going to provide, there's no way that the farmer won't be energized.
Are you telling me?
Yes.
Are you telling me? Majid, you were here when we talked about what Governor Kashim Shettima was doing in Oyo State in the area of revolutionizing agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay. So if this thing happening in Yobe is like a bug, and governors are biting, the thing is biting states. Between now and 1 year, we can almost kiss food crisis good night.
We have always been clamoring for a departure from from our total dependence on crude oil.
Yes.
And I think the Niger State governor started it under this Tinubu. It was President Tinubu that went there to flag up the scheme. Then after that, Kashim and some other states. But
we saw Kogi.
Of course, we saw Kogi too. And see, the magnitude with which Mai Mala Buni has done this in Yobe shows that this is a governor that really means business. What intrigues me in all of this is the fact that he is not looking at a wet season farming solution alone. He has also, as part of this 15 billion package, you can see solar-powered irrigation pumping, water pumps.
Okay.
That's, what it needs, it's been configured in such a way that just dig your well, put the solar pump there, it's pumping water.
That's it.
And in that place, you get up to like 12 hours of sunlight on a daily basis. So it means that there are some certain crops that you can actually farm like
year round.
three times a year.
Like maize, for example.
Like maize.
You see in Lagos, you pick maize say
24
July, August.
No, it's in some places in Lagos, it's 24/7. If you that $10 bridge, if you go there any time of the year, I think the only time you don't get to eat maize there is just like maybe like 1 month. So what he has done is like a revolution. But I also want to plead that they should provide adequate security.
Yeah.
So that these characters,
farmers can return to their farm.
Farmers can,
in peace.
Can actually go back. See, what one tractor will do in a day, it will take about 200 people, minimum of 1 week to do.
Yeah.
And he has bought 100 tractors. And there are knapsack sprayers there. In multiples, to also assist in controlling diseases that ravages crops like tomatoes, cowpea, which is beans, and stuff like that. So it really means business. And in the next 3 months, we'll start seeing the
dividends,
multiplier effects, the dividends of this huge investment. And the Ministry of Budget and Planning did something yesterday that I was so happy about.
In the state?
No. All over the country.
Okay.
They published the amount of money that the federal government has just released to all the states in the federation to do things like they call it community intervention programs. It's meant for things like this. It's part of the proceeds of the leftovers of COVID, but they now renamed it community intervention resilience program.
What an intervention this is turning out.
And a state like Zamfara got 49 billion naira. Ooh. And the state that got the least, Ogun State, got about 2.something billion. So these are, I mean, Yobe also got some huge amount from that. So we can see what some of the governors are doing with these interventionist funds from the federal government. So kudos to Yobe, and we want other states too to emulate this and also show us what they are doing with some of these funds, especially in the area of agriculture.
Otherwise, as we always say here, BKO, it can be done.
It can be done. We are seeing signs that it can clearly be done.
Really. Yeah. It is time.
Kudos to the governor of Yobe State.
And as they say, I wish him Godspeed, in this revolution, in this drive. All right, we'll go on a commercial break. We should be back very shortly. Please stay